It is Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, July the 16th, 2023. It's David Lynn, your Prepper Principal, and this is a preparedness um, live stream. Uh, and we're going to talk about what do you do in an emergency or preparing for an emergency. I think I've got one person right now. Let me see if I can get into, what's this? No. Remember, I'm still learning how to do this. Let's do top chat. Get rid of that. Nita's cooking show. Hello, Nita. Let's see. See if this one's going to let me do this. It's going to let me do this. Come on now. Oh, Lordy. Okay, hello, Claudette. Thank you. I'm currently at 12:38, I think, somewhere around there. I keep floating back and forth.
Cold War Prepper, I see you're out there too.
Whoops. Why'd you come on? I'm holding a phone in my hand and I'm doing this on my iPad. So, let's see. Nita, let me give you a moderator standard. You should have standard moderating, which means should have a blue wrench. Oh, Lord. I want to let a few more people come in before I get started talking about preparedness. Bus stop. How you doing, young man? Give you a blue wrench, son. Uncle Al. Dick on Mix channel. Welcome, welcome. Should be 5 of y'all in here right now. I'm still learning about this live stream stuff, so if I don't seem to know what I'm doing, I'm BSing my way through right now. Oh boy. Let's see. Live. Got 7 people watching.
Oh boy.
Let me turn the volume off on that. And that way I can see who's doing what. All right. So let's talk a little bit about preparedness. I live in Victoria, Texas, which is about 20 miles inland from the Gulf of Mexico. I am about 100 and some odd miles north of Corpus Christi, which is south of us, big port city. About 300,000 people or so. About 2 hours north of me is Houston, Texas. And about 2 hours west of me is San Antonio, Texas. And Victoria has a population in the 60s, 60,000, 65, 66,000. The county has a population of about 100,000. So I would not think that unless it's an all-out destroy humanity, that we're actually a target for a nuclear blast. However, with the military bases, the naval bases, and such, size population, Houston, that's a target. San Antonio's a target, and Corpus Christi, the naval station, naval base, the home port, and all that sort of stuff, those would be targets. So I guess I'm in a sweet spot from the standpoint of what would, So just talking about emergency preparedness, like for your standard emergencies like hurricanes and freezes and, tornadoes and such. Let's see. Give you a standard moderator. Lizelle Mixed Blogs. Hello, Lizelle. Give you a moderator. Uncle Al, if you can help me giving out blue wrenches, I'd appreciate it. You got moderator rights, that way I can basically concentrate on talking. If you'd be willing to do that for me. So about 6 years ago, which was the year before I retired from my education, getting my 30 in, we had a hurricane called Harvey, and it came through Victoria, Texas. Maybe 100 and some odd mile-an-hour winds, and it did some damage. It knocked the power out. I have Victoria Electric Co-op. It knocked the power out for a better part of a week. We were without water for 2 or 3 days, and didn't have any damage to our home, but it tore up the yard, tore up the trees and everything. So at that time, I was not, as you'd say, prepping or prepared or whatever, and I didn't have near the stuff that I have now. Yeah, we always have bottled water, because I've been drinking bottled water since I had my kidney stone over 20 some odd years ago. So we had bottled water, and we had food. We had no power, and I didn't have a way even to charge my cell phones. I had to go out to the car and plug in out the car to charge the cell phone. So about 2 years ago, we had the great freeze where it got down to 18 degrees here, which, you people who live up north, that might be just a cool day for you. But 18 degrees was like the winter freeze of freezes, and the power grid couldn't handle it. Solar wasn't putting out. The wind turbines were freezing, and they've got a big push to try to go wind and solar and everything in Texas, and it doesn't do too well. It doesn't do too well in the it just doesn't do too well in the wintertime. They're trying to deal with nuclear. They don't like nuclear. They don't like oil. They don't like gas. They don't like any of the stuff that we basically need to run things, and they're trying to cut back on that. And the power grid, which Texas grid is independent from the other states and everything, is very stretched out. So our power went down, and then they had like what they call brownouts, where they basically would turn your power on for like an hour every 7 or 8 hours. You get your power turned on for an hour, and then it'd turn it back off. So, electricity. Now, in an emergency, and an emergency would probably last a few days, I did some research today on current food prices, and I'm going to give you all some information if you want to take a few notes on what you can expect, or what you should expect to have or try to have. This is bare minimum during an emergency. So I'm going to calculate based on a week. What do you need to have for a week in order to get by an emergency? So let's see. 24-pack of drinking water, and I got all my prices from Walmart. I went online and I looked at what's Walmart's current prices, and most people have access to a Walmart. So a 24-pack of drinking water, 24-pack of drinking water is $3.48. Those are basically half-liter bottles, almost 17 ounces, 16.9 ounces. And in order to stay hydrated, you're supposed to drink basically eight glasses of water a day. So 8 glasses of water, hi Guru, 8 glasses of water a day would be 4 of those bottles. But for purposes of trying to figure out, basically in a survival situation, let's say you're going to eat 3 meals a day and you're going to use a bottle of water for each meal. Take it internally, which would be 6 glasses. So I'm going to say that you need to have 2 cases of that, which is about $7 for the 2 cases. And the reason being, with certain foods, whether you're making ramen and you need a bottle for the ramen soup, or you're doing oatmeal, you're going to need water for the oatmeal to make the oatmeal if you got like instant oatmeal packs. So you're going to need extra water beyond the 3 bottles or 4 bottles that you're going to drink. So I'm going to say that a person's going to need 2 packs, which is about $7. You can buy a gallon bottle of water for $1.22 for drinking water, a gallon of drinking water. And I apologize if I'm overlooking anybody. I'm trying to give out blue wrenches to people, but I'm looking at my notes, so I'm trying to multitask, and it would probably be best if I had somebody that was, monitoring that for me, or giving, looking at that to make sure people have access so they can interrelate and exchange information with each other. I'm going to say that for breakfast, which is easy to, figure out, I'm going to say that a person's going to have 2 packs of instant oatmeal. Great value instant oatmeal, a 20-pack box is $3.32. So technically, if you eat 2 packs for breakfast, that's 10 days worth, and that's $3.32. And you're going to need a bottle of water to go with that, and you're also going to need probably a means to heat it. So most of this food, like if you're doing, ramen or soup, or you're doing making coffee or hot tea or anything like that, hot beverages, you're going to need a way to heat water, because your electricity is not going to be working, your gas isn't going to be working, so you have to have a source, and I'll mention some possible sources. Let's see. Letty Me, I gave you a wrench, blue wrench. So let's look at either a beef ramen noodles pack or a chicken ramen noodles pack, which are very popular. They come in the little styrofoam cups. You can get 2 12-packs of the beef at $9.24. And let's say for lunch you're going to eat one of those. You're going to eat one, and if you decide to get the chicken, I was looking at the chicken, it's like 52 cents. So what does it come down to? Like if you get an individual styrofoam little ramen, it's 52 cents. Now, oftentimes when you eat something, you eat a meal, like for your lunch or your supper, it's good to have crackers. Crackers last a long time. So if you were to buy a box of Nissan Foods, a 16-ounce, a Great Value saltine crackers, 16-ounce, 4-count bags in the box, it's $1.52. So it's a good idea to have a couple of boxes of those around, and you can rotate through them. Hi, North Coast. Now, you can get other forms of snacks. Like if you want a snack, you can get some Great Value creamy peanut butter, 18-ounce jar for $2.18. You can get a Great Value squeezable grape jelly, 20-ounce for $2.34. You can get a Great Value strawberry fruit spread, 20-ounce for $2.92. Raw honey, which is always good to put in oatmeal. You can put it in your oatmeal. You can have it on your peanut butter cracker. Honey's a good natural sweet source. Lasts forever. A 16-ounce Great Value raw honey is $6.34. to just to talk about drinks. Folgers coffee little packets. You can get 7, a little box of 7. It has not gone up. It's been forever. The 7 little individual sachets are $1. And Folgers coffee is good. And when I make it, if I use it, it's like 8 ounces of water. And great value sugar-free lemonade drink mix. You get a 10-pack. They're going for $2.24 now. They were going at one point in time for $1. And in the last couple of years, it just keeps going up and up and up. And now a 10-pack is $2.24. You can get different flavors. You can get cherry. You can get grape. You can different flavors. You can get the Great Value sweet tea drink mix, the little 10-count packs. I like that. $2.24. So all of those, $2.25. And you can just get a selection of them, and they last for years. If you want rice and beans, a lot of people traditional diet rice and beans. And if you look at Dave Ramsey, he's always talking about beans and rice and beans, and eating stuff like that. And you got protein with that, and it's like a side course, but it can be a main course. That and crackers or. So right now, a 5-pound bag of long grain and rich Great Value rice is going for $3.34. You figure 4 ounces per person, a serving, 4 ounces per person. So let's say you're trying to feed 4 people, then technically that would be a pound. You make, you get basically 5 days worth. If you do 1 pound a day, you get 5 days worth in a bag. Figure pinto beans, a 4-pound bag of pinto beans right now, Great Value, goes for $3.76. Same thing, 4 ounces serving. 4 ounces is a serving. You like sweets? Great Value milk chocolate bars. They've got different kinds with almonds and milk chocolate and dark chocolate and toffee and all sorts of stuff. They go for $1 a bar, and they're 3.52 ounces, and they're really good. I mean, that's something other than occasionally I buy them, and I will occasionally have around. And they're a generic, but they taste good, and they usually keep them down at the bottom, very bottom shelf. They prefer people to buy like Nestle's and other more expensive brands. Hi, Mitch. So for supper, and I've heard Uncle Al talk about this, and I buy them. Dinty Moore by Hormel. Dinty Moore by Hormel. Let me see here. TOFU, I gave you a Blue Ranch. You can navigate the great YouTube. So a 9-ounce Dinty Moore is good for one person, and you can get like beef stew. They got different varieties. Let's just say beef stew, and it'll have potatoes and carrots in it, and $2.24 for one. And you can buy them individually. You can buy 3 packs of them. You can buy them larger sized in cans. You can't eat it cold with crackers, but it's something you probably want to heat up. So those are some of the items that are just bare minimum items that you can have, that you can buy, that you need. And I've done videos where I show different ways to heat stuff. So one of the things I had suggested somebody getting, when Prime was having its Prime Day, the folding stove, the Cochran's, which uses camp heat, which this is a camp heat. I got this at Sam's. You can use Sterno in it. This is a 6-hour camp heat. they wanted $14 during Prime for the stove. I've got a couple of them. That way I can do boiling water for multiple things and doing heating for multiple things at once, you know. Because most freeze-dried foods, and I have a lot of freeze-dried foods laid back, you basically have to rehydrate it with boiling water. So let's calculate the very basics for 1 week. And you can always multiply it out. You start with the week. A 24 pack of bottled water, and you need 2 of those. They're at $3.48 a pack. That's $6.96. Great Value oatmeal, 20 pack, which is good for 10 days, $3.32. Let's just say the chicken flavor instant lunch. If you get 7 of those at 52 cents each, that's $3.64. Then you want some Great Value crackers, because you're going to want some crackers that'll help fill you up, and crackers. Say get 2 boxes of crackers. That's $3.04. Hello, mommy. And the Dinty Moore beef stew, and they've got different flavors, but I just said beef stew. $2.24 times 7, that's about $16, almost $16. Coffee, you drink 1 a day, that's $1 for 7. Tea, you drink 1 a day, that's $2.24. Lemonade, let's say you do coffee for breakfast, lemonade for lunch, and tea for supper, $2.24. So you can say one person eating oatmeal and coffee for breakfast, ramen and crackers with the lemonade for lunch, and a Dinty Moore beef stew with crackers and tea for supper. You're looking at about $40 to buy enough of that for a week. High wheat and Shaw. So you're looking at $40. Now, if you want to add some peanut butter and jelly and chocolate bars, you know, extra little stuff to honey and all that, you can figure $60 a week for a person. For one person, $60 a week. You could say $250 a month, and you eat decent, you know. So you start looking at, well, in emergencies, what are we doing? You know, I mean, what kind of emergency are we talking about? What, you know, just an emergency situation. Like I said, there's a storm, there's a power outage because of a hurricane or a tornado, or the freeze. You know, you're talking a few days to a week. So it's a good idea. And most people have food, you know, on hand. That, you know, whatever. They don't just, they have some food on hand, so they can. Most people will get by with a week or 2. I'm sure they've got some pantry stuff, you know, where they, you know, get by. What do you do in an extended problem? The power grid goes down. It's not going back up. What are you going to do? Is Jocelyn here? Hello, Jocelyn. Thank you for coming. What do you do in an extended emergency? Do you have what it takes to get by an extended emergency? The power goes out, and let's say that there's still, hello, Charlie boy. Let's say that there's still Idaho Garden Girl. Hello. Let's say that they're, you know, the government's still up and running, and the radio stations are still up and running. Some of them have their own generators. So what do you do if, you know, the internet's not working and you can't access, you know, your radios and such? Well, you can get a got this at Walmart. It's a crank. It's got a light. It's got a USB, so you can charge, you can turn it on, you can get the emergency channels. It's a radio. About 20 bucks when I bought it. We each have one. My wife, my daughter, and stuff. We've got bags. We each got one. I've got a couple spares. Hey, God's old man. Justin Green, thank you for coming. You should have a blue wrench now. I would like to encourage everybody, if you are not familiar with Justin Green, he's got a really great channel. I encourage you to go over and give him a look, a subscription. He will be generous with anybody who's generous with him. He does a Sunday morning premiere where he does a Bible study. He's a pastor, bivocational pastor. Real nice guy. And he also does ration reviews and some preparedness stuff. Trying to get him over 1,000. He's like right around 970 right now. If you would go over and look at him, give him a look, and join his channel. So that's basically a week. What do you do when the power goes out? Well, I hope you have some sort of means of generating power. During the Prime sale, I posted that I was looking at getting another little generator, these little solar type battery bank type things, generators. And I bought a Blue Eddy, their entry level Blue Eddy head for $199. I bought one. I'm going to be doing an unboxing. It came in Prime. I'll do an unboxing, and it'll be good for phones, pads, your computer, lights, batteries, little batteries, good for charging. You want to run a 12-volt refrigerator. Power goes out, you want cold water, you want cold milk. How do you get milk? Well, you get powdered milk and you basically mix it up with water, milk. For your cereal, if you want cereal. And I didn't talk about cereal, but that was another option you could have for breakfast. Besides that, cereal's inexpensive, but you gotta have milk. The power goes out, you gotta have a way to mix it and make milk. So you need to have some powdered milk, on hand. Something else I'll show you. I've got Goal Zero. I've got some Goal Zero stuff. I've got a Goal Zero generator. One of the old AGM battery types. Let's see here. Light. And it's got a little battery, lithium, so you can use it to, you can plug into a little generator. You can also plug in and charge something, and it shows you how much power it has. The battery, it'll show you what the battery does. Like right now it's full, so you see 4 lights. That was about $20 when I bought it at Walmart. Robert Duran song covers. Hey, I listened to one of yours today. It was really, really outstanding. Thank you for coming. So that's another thing that you be a good idea to have. If you wind up doing any traveling, and remember, let's say you can't hit the internet, or let's say your MapQuest doesn't work, good idea to have a state map. I've got one that's waterproof, each bag. Just little things to have. Texas is a carry state. However, some people don't like guns. So I tell them, use pepper spray. Pepper gel, pepper spray. They're going for about $15 now. They were going for under 10. Got a couple of these. ladies like these. Again, over at Walmart. It's a good idea to have means to less than $1 light. You know, fired up. You wanna, or matches. These are stormproof. I got a lot of these. I give these out to people in the goodie boxes. Zippos. This is a cool one. I haven't even opened this one up yet. U.S. flag. Orange. Here's another one. I got tons of these. If you're gonna have a Zippo lighter, you need Zippo fluid, a couple of dollars. You're not going to have a lot of water, and you're probably not going to be able to do dishes, so it's a good idea have some takeout packs. That way you don't have to wash your knives and forks. Gotta have napkins, salt and pepper, condiments. Start saving up condiments. Go places, get a baggie, sugar, and you can get artificial sweetener, salt and pepper. You can do it in such a way it doesn't cost you anything. Wet wipes, napkins, save them. It's a good idea to have some around. Everybody needs a good first aid kit. That's $15, $20 for boo-boos. It's a good idea to add some Tylenol or Motrin or Bayer, whatever you want to call it, to it. Where are we at? We're 32 minutes into this live stream. And just to talk to you a little bit about where I'm going. Eventually I'd like to get monetized. You know, I'm way down on the watch hours. I mean, I got to get a lot of watch hours before I can get monetized. I'm going to start doing weekly live streams at 7 in the evening on Sundays. 7 p.m. Central Time. That's those on the West Coast. It's 6 o'clock. Right, you know, when I start. Those on the East Coast, it's 8 o'clock. I figure I can do for a better part of an hour. And I'll have different topics related to preparedness. And I'm behind on viewing. I'm behind on responding to... I've responded to everybody on my 1100. Trying to get back to that. I'm working on responses to the 1200. On the road to 1200. I'll be doing a 1200 subscriber giveaway. I'm working on that right now. Putting it together. And I'll be doing that video in the near future, and I'll be putting a box out. People ask about, you know, my flavors that I like. I said, you ought to be using Tabasco. And I use Tabasco, and every time I eat a taco or such, I've been doing a lot of Chipotle. I usually give these out when I do my box. And let's see. Trying to keep up with giving out blue wrenches to people. Apologize if I left somebody out. Everybody check to make sure you got a blue wrench. Blue wrenches can be given, blue wrenches can be taken away. Thus saith the preacher. Susanna Morrison, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Jalapeno flavored. Good stuff. The green sauce. Good stuff. And the traditional classic aged in barrels. Good stuff. I get these free 3 flavors over at Walmart. And you can get larger size and smaller size, but I get the standards, you know. Good stuff to have. Does anybody have any questions? Looking to see if there are any questions. Wet wipes, yes. Need wet wipes. You need a way to clean your hands. So I always carry a little sanitizer. But you can get larger size once you get the pumps. One of the things I give out, people need to know their rights. You know, we've got rights in the republic. Well, at least we should still have rights. I give these out. You can buy these. They're less than $1 a piece. You can order them. And I give them out when I give a box. It's got the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the amendments and everything, the Declaration of Independence, what everybody fought for a couple hundred years ago. You need to know what your rights are, and you need to protect them. Now, before I get around to ending today's video, I'd like to let you know that I believe in an extended grid down situation. The government prepares for that. So for government continuity, like they've got facilities, they've got bases, they've got they're stockpiled for years and years and years and years and years, and they're armed like NATO, you know. So they're planning on surviving. For the rest of us, we're out there on our own. They project that inside of 3 months, 95% of the population would no longer be around. It'd start with the people who've got health issues. Anybody who needs constant services, they're going to be the first ones to go. Those people who are on dialysis, you know, people who require insulin, working CPAP machines and such, those will be the first people, unfortunately, that will no longer be around. And then it will just expand from there. What are your plans? What are you going to do? I mean, there are different scenarios. You know, there's the idea that there could be an EMP, you know, like North Korea, Russia, or somebody. They don't want to nuke a city, but what they do is they burst an EMP way up in the atmosphere and it knocks out your electronics, or the better part of them. Power grid goes down. So you got 330 million Americans and distribution stops. What are you going to do? As the population starts to decline, people are going to be going out scavenging. There are going to be people who are well armed. There are 150 million well armed people in the United States, or more than that, you know, when the statistics are concerned. The rural people will be in the best shape. They'll be the ones that will last longer, the ones that tend to be more self-sufficient. The people who are preparedness related, you know, preppers, they call them, survivalists, that have what they need, they'll last longer. But then you're going to get in a situation where there are going to be people out searching for food. They're going to be searching for a means to keep themselves going. Where are you at? Okay, and as a moderator, yes. I'm looking, living my best life after 60. Let me do that for you. I love your channel. Welcome. You should be a moderator now too. I am planning on 2 or 3 times a week starting a series I'm going to call Coffee Talk, where I'm going to say come on for maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes and do my coffee and just talk on topics preparedness related. And I'm going to do one tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be the first one I do, and I want to see how that goes. It'll be 15-20 minutes. If you can come on, I'd appreciate it. If you got a suggestion for a better time, let me know. And I'd like to thank everybody who came on tonight. I'd like to tell you that I'm here for you. I always put my email address, my P.O. box in the description of my videos. I am still doing the giveaways. I was calculating who qualified this time, for my drawing, and I'll be doing another drawing for the 1200. And we'll do a video of that. And I'd ask everybody to please remember to the Boy Scout motto, always be prepared. I believe in being prepared. I was a scout. I didn't become an Eagle Scout. My father passed away, and I, had some issues, but I believe in being prepared. Everybody needs to be prepared. And I always tell people have a blessed day. Faith is important. Giving back is important. And I'd like to thank everybody for being here. And I will see, hopefully, I will see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for a short introductory coffee talk. And I'm planning on doing 2 or 3 of those a week. And then I want to do my Sunday live stream. So thank you, everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and end this one right now if I can figure out how to do that. Where are you at? Oh, Lord have mercy. Where are we at here? Trying to end this one.